Hello, my name is AJ Pruitt and I'm the author of the Anelthalien series, and in this video I'm going to talk about the Anelthalien series, specifically what the fourth book in the Anelthalien series means to me, why it's very personal to me. The whole series is personal, but why the fourth book is personal to me. And the fourth book comes out on February 13th, 2024, so if you see this video before, I hope you get excited for it with me and start reading the series. Books 1 through 3 are already out, available on Amazon. And if the book is already out, I hope you get all 4 books and read them, because this fourth book, it's so good. Okay, I'm going to tell you why it's personal to me. So I was writing in handwriting in my notebook. I was writing this fourth book, Water Rising, whenever I was publishing or trying to figure out how to publish the first book in the series, Anelthalien. And I have a whole series of this. I have 15 30-second to 1-minute videos about this called The Story Behind the Story of Anelthalien, and it tells every detail, and it's I watched it and I was into it. It felt like one of those Netflix series that you just can't stop watching, and you're like, what's gonna happen next? So if you haven't seen that, I'll link a couple below so you can start watching it, because it's so good. It even just drew me in, and I knew it already. Anyway, so the short story is gonna be here. I had no clue how to publish a book. God just told me to start writing this series, and I did, and it just came. And then I finished the first book, and I didn't even know I was gonna be a series. And then God's like, okay, publish it. And I was like, how do you even publish a book? I had no clue. I had no clue, and God guided me, and I didn't listen for a while, and then I started to listen. But like I said, the full story is in those other videos. It's amazing. You need to watch it. But in short, it looked like there was no way. It ended up in a place where there was just no way that what God said was going to happen was going to happen. It just didn't look like there was any possible way for it to happen. It looked so hopeless and helpless. And a lot of other things built up with life things that happen, death and grief and hopelessness and just needing things and not having what we needed. And everything looked hopeless. Everything looked like there was just no way to continue forward. And I was writing the fourth book while all this was going on. And the fourth book directly reflects all that I just said. The grief and the hurt and the losing things and the not knowing what's going to happen next and seeing no way forward and being completely without anything and lost and only having this one word from God, go here and do this. Basically just go here. Just go here. And that's all I had. All I had was that he was going to make a way to publish it. And that's all I had. And in the book, the main character, Kindle, all she has at one point is this, the maker has told her, just go to this one place. And that's all she has. And then she gets there and it just looks even more hopeless. It just looks even more like there's just no way. And that's what it felt like in my life. But then in the book, the day before everything just fell into place, just miraculously fell into place for publishing Anelthalien. The day before that happened, I wrote in the fourth book, this part of the book where he just makes a way. He just makes a way where there's no way possible. And Kindle sees him. She sees the maker. And I don't want to reveal too much, but it's just this amazing moment where she gets to see him and understand him and see that he always had I'm gonna cry. He always had that way, and she just couldn't see it because she was seeing her fears, and she was seeing logic, and she was seeing what she thought was the reality before her, and she just couldn't see it yet. And then she sees it, and she just sees him and how miraculous he is and how wonderful and awesome he is and how he can do anything. And just this moment is just beautiful. I don't want to say any more, but I'm starting to cry because I've been editing this book since it's January 16th right now, about a month until the book comes out. And I've been editing this book since the summer, July or June or something. And so I've been reading it over and over and over and over. And each time I read it, God has used this fourth book in the Anelthalien series, Water Rising, to help me, because this year of my life has been quite difficult. Okay, I'm pregnant on top of everything else, and so everything is exacerbated. I think that's how you say that word. I can spell it because I'm a writer, but I don't know how you say it. Everything is just multiplied when you're pregnant. Everything is just like so much worse. Yeah, and so that makes everything harder. But like I can't really talk about what's been going on for reasons, but some really hard stuff has been going on, and things that look like like I wrote in my author notes in my special edition of Water Rising, where you can learn about this whole story and how it connects to the story, and it's beautiful and wonderful, and you should really buy the special edition because of like the spiritual applications I bring out in it. It's great. And anyway, where was I going? Oh my goodness, don't let pregnancy brain get me right now. Don't forget things. Okay. So much has been happening and going on. I wrote in my special edition notes that it feels like trying to make it back to the shore when you're in this ocean, and the waves just keep grabbing you and sucking you back and sucking you back. And each time you think you get a little bit further, they suck you back further. And you just keep trying and going and trying and going. And that's what life has felt like this year for a lot of the year. And just reading this book over and over and over again has been so helpful. I'm still such a mess. I'm still such a mess right now. But it's been so helpful because I feel like I'm drowning. I feel like I'm drowning under everything. And this book, it's so much about water and the analogies with water. It's like God can just like reach down and pluck you out of that water. He can just save you in a moment when you feel like you're drowning. I'm sorry I'm crying so much. I'm really close to giving birth. I'm 2 months away, and so all the emotions are crazy. I'm trying not to. But God can do that, and it just keeps reminding me of that, and it's so hard to believe. And the book, it shows one of the characters is just having several, like most of the characters are having so much trouble believing that the maker can like show up or do anything or be here in this mess that is happening, this awful mess. And it's legitimately horrible mess in the book, just like it is in life right now. And they're having so much trouble believing and hoping and wanting to hope because everything looks so hopeless and so lost and so gone. And so like, why would the maker even care about me anymore if he's let all this happen? And there's just all these really heavy emotions. But this book, it shows in those moments when you feel so hopeless and so helpless and so just far gone and like in those waves and drowning, God can just part the waters. He can just make the water go away. He can just bring you out of the water and put you on dry ground in this beautiful, spacious place. And just make it beautiful and amazing. And, like, sometimes he makes us go through those awful things just to show us that he's there with us, just so we can call out to him. Because the characters get to that place in the book, like, everything is so awful. Some that haven't acknowledged him suddenly acknowledge him. They're angry at him and they're yelling at him, but they're acknowledging him. And that's like this, like you get to this low point and you're so low that you can't get any lower, and then you yell at God because you're so low, but then you're acknowledging God, and so you start going up, and that's like the rising part. And so that's why this book means so much to me, because it's so relevant. And I know I went like everywhere, and I tried not to say anything about the book too much, but like just if this book, God gave it to me at exactly the right time when he gave it to me to write it. And now exactly at the right time, reading it over and over and over and over. And each time there's a different part of the book that speaks out to me. Like if you feel like you're not the right person for this task, the book speaks to that. If you feel like God is gone, the book speaks to that. If you feel like God hates you, the book speaks to that. If you feel like there's so many different messages in this. If you just feel like you're drowning and you can't do it anymore and you're so done and you just want to scream, I'm done, God, I'm done. Which I've done many times this year. I'm not proud of this. But it just shows you like God's just there, and he's just always there. And like the most beautiful part, I don't know, there's so many beautiful parts. One of the most beautiful parts of the story, it means so much to me because within this big mess of a story, there's this time with God, with the maker. And like Kindle doesn't realize it's the maker, but it is. She realizes it later. I'm giving away too much. But like when I was little and I first started imagining Anelthalien and everything, it came from this time when I would go out and play because, you know, home life wasn't great. It wasn't awful, but it wasn't a place I really wanted to be in the house. And so I'd go out and I'd talk to God and pray to God. And it's like, it's like if you've ever had a really hard time and you talk to someone and you tell someone and you just try to get it all out, and then they tell you a story. And that story is so far away and so beautiful and so just gets you into it so much that you just forget all the trouble. And he just tells you this beautiful story and just lets it roll out, and you see this beautiful land and this beautiful place, and you hear this message, and then you realize he's told you this story because you would listen to it, because you wouldn't listen to all the other people telling you need to do this and you need to be a good Christian and you need to la la la, but you listen to this beautiful story he tells your heart, and it impacts you so much more, that soft, gentle story, and it impacts you so deeply that you hold on to that message and you believe it and you know it. And that's like what the whole Anelthalien series has been for me. From when I played it when I was a little kid and God would tell me not what's in the books, but just different stories to just get me away from it all. And it'd just be him saying, I love you and I'm here for you. And this story would be enough to keep me going. And now in my life, when everything is really hard, not just kid problems, but really hard, God keeps telling me this story, and it's so beautiful and so wonderful, and he takes me away to Anelthalien, and it's a place where you get to escape to, but the escape is a place that teaches you exactly what you need so you can keep going. And this fourth book has kept me going, like, for half this year. For half last year. It's 2024 now, but for 2023, it kept me going. And it's, like, one of the very few things that kept me going. And I'm so grateful for it. So that's what this fourth book means to me. So if you feel like you need an escape, if you've ever wanted an escape, Anelthalien is waiting. That's the hook line on the book, but like I mean it so deep. Like if you need an escape, if you can't keep going, if you want to quit, if you want to just be done with everything and just give up, please read this book and know that it has so much truth in it, that it is so real. And now I want to go read it. I'm going to go read it now because I need it again. Okay, so thank you for watching. Please like this video, please subscribe, please read this series. This is why I want you to read this series. Not because I want to make money, not because I wrote a book and I think it's great, because like this is God's story to me, and it has helped me so much, and I want you to know God like this. I want you to know God like that person who sits down with you and tells you a story because they love you so much and they want to help you and they give you the perfect help. That's why I want you to read this series, because it has been perfect help and love from God to me, and I want you to feel that from God too. So anyway, share this video, like this video, subscribe to my channel, buy these books, read them, and hear God's story to you through them. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye. If you want to know more about Anelthalien or H.A. Pruitt, please follow me on Instagram at H.A. Pruitt. You can find me on Amazon as an Amazon author, H.A. Pruitt. Please watch my YouTube channel and all my cool videos on my channel, H.A. Pruitt Anelthalien. You can find me on the Facebook page, H.A. Pruitt Anelthalien. You can follow me on Goodreads by the name H.A. Pruitt and the book Anelthalien, or you can go to my website where so much cool stuff about Anelthalien is. The website is hapruitt.com.